What's up guys, it's Loida. Welcome back to my channel. Now I wanted to make this video and it's pretty much going to be motivating you guys to stay focused on your end goal. Now if you've been following me through my journey, you know that I haven't been in the business that long. However, you know I'm a hustler, you know I'm on the phones or at the doors just trying to make things happen. Now back last year in April, I posted my first ever live Fizbo call. And I wanted to make this video just to share with you guys the huge improvement that I've had cold calling, not just Fizbos, but also expireds, to the point that I can honestly tell you I'm setting about 1 or 2 appointments a day and taking about a listing a week, which is crazy. You know, you're probably thinking, Loida, how are you doing that? Because I want to get to that level. And I can tell you that it's taken me hundreds and hundreds of phone calls along with role playing, all my objection handlers. And you know, it's just through all those phone calls that I've made that I've been able to learn exactly what to expect from the other person to tell me all the objections that they could possibly tell me. I'm getting to the level that I pretty much know exactly what they're going to say and how I should respond to be able to answer them in a way that doesn't offend them, but at the same time gets them thinking of whether or not maybe they should meet with me. Now, it's also gotten to the point that I feel so confident in my conversations with these people, whether they are cold calls, expireds, Fizbos, that I know that if they are in any way motivated to actually sell the property, they're going to want to meet with me. And like I said, it's taken me the hundreds and thousands of calls that I've made and, you know, getting rejected and being told off and getting hung up on and yelled at, that I'm now able to feel this way whenever I'm speaking to someone over the phone and be able to almost pre-qualify them and in a sense test them out and see, okay, you know, I feel like this person might be motivated or interested in selling, and just being able to have that conversation with them and ask so many questions to the point that it almost becomes like a conversation that I'm having with them, as opposed to them feeling like they're having a conversation with a salesperson or somebody that just wants their business. Now, the past few weeks, I've taken quite a few listings with my team. 2 of those have been for sale by owners, and those 2, one of them was taken at 7%. He was on Zillow. And that same day that he went on Zillow, we ended up meeting with him and he ended up signing with us. You know, I worked out all the numbers and turned out that this gentleman, of course, just like every other Fizbo, wanted to save the commission and net the most money at the end of his pocket, at the end of the day, in his pocket. And after pre-qualifying him and running all the numbers after commissions and closing costs, we are being able to net him over $40,000 extra in his pocket than he thought he could. And as soon as we met with him in our listing appointment, he saw all that value that myself and my team brought, that, you know, it made more sense for him to hire us as professionals to take care of everything and put more money in his pocket. Because at the end of our meeting, he even said, you know, I had no idea that all of this was involved in a real estate transaction. And he even said, you know, Loida, I had so many calls from agents, but I don't know why you were the only one that actually offered value to me and gave me information. You know, you called me back, and the fact that you emailed me all this information, I don't know, you were the only one that I actually felt would be able to help me. And you know, this is not the first time that I hear this. I've been hearing this consistently, and that is because I don't BS people. You know, if it's a Fizbo, I'm not going to BS them and tell them, yeah, you know, I think I might have a buyer. I don't know, I have to check out your house. No, I don't say that. I say, you know, I'm not calling because I have a buyer. However, would you be open to cooperating with an agent that does have a buyer? You know, I hear so many things from agents and what they tell these Fizbos, like, oh, okay, well, maybe I could do an open house. No, I'm not going to do an open house if you're a for sale by owner. My goal at the end of the day is to help you, and if we meet and you see the value that I bring to you and being able to help you get your property sold so you could move on to your future plans, then that is what I want to do. You know, I want to pretty much reiterate to you guys the importance of listening to the other person on the phone. Many times they tell you so much information that you can later use almost like against them, but in a sense that, okay, they say, oh yeah, you know, I want to try for sale by owner, but I want to be in my house, in my next home by the end of summer. Then you say, okay, so how long do you think you'll take before you might consider hiring an agent? Do you know it might take 30 to 60 days to get your property sold, and then a 30 to 45 days for escrow? So, I mean, if you could get it sold sooner rather than later, so you could be there by the summer, that would work for you, right? So if a 15-20 minute conversation, I could share with you how you could possibly do that, I'm sure that would be worth your time, right? And just little things like that. Look and listen to their motivation, why they're looking to sell. Yes, you're going to come across a lot of people over the phone that, you know what, they're not motivated. They're like, whatever, maybe they're just testing the market. And I can also tell you guys that you're going to get a lot of phone calls with people that are going to be miserable and are going to yell at you, going to hang up on you, and going to tell you off all over the phone. But as soon as you have all those jerks on the phone, you're going to get that one person that's going to see the value in meeting with you. And that's how I feel with these two Fizbos that we listed these past 2 weeks, you know? And like I said, you'll come across as a genuine person based on your conversation with them. So don't say, okay, well, if I could sell it in the next 60 days, does that work for you? No, just seek, why are they trying to sell? Where are they going to be moving to next? Is it tenant occupied? Oh, okay, so are you looking to cash out or do a 1031 exchange? You'd be surprised at how many times I've heard these owners tell me, well, what is a 1031 exchange? And it's like, well, oh, you don't know what a 1031 exchange is? Well, then perhaps meeting with me, I could definitely share with you exactly what that is and how I can help you with that process, so that it's as smooth as possible, which is ultimately what you would want, right? And it's just things like that. So if I could leave you with a piece of advice, is to always be listening to what the other person on the other line is telling you. Because many times I had conversations, especially with Fizbos, and I'm mostly talking about Fizbos in this video because I've been hitting them hard consistently every day for like the past month. You know, many people are afraid of calling Fizbos, and I'm getting to the point now, like I said earlier in the video, that if I am talking to a person who is in any way motivated to sell, I know I'm gonna get them. Why? Because I've already made so many hundreds and thousands of phone calls that I pretty much almost know what to expect them to say, and I know exactly how to speak to them in a way that, you know, they want to continue talking to me. Just recently, last week, I was talking to a Fizbo, and initially the first thing that they said, oh, I'm not gonna hire an agent, I'm gonna do it by myself, I'm for sale by owner, no thanks. And then I just said, oh, okay, you know, that's fine, so where are you gonna be moving to next? And I just continued the conversation. Later on, come to find out, he just starts talking to me, we're on a conversation for 15-20 minutes. You know, so don't get offended and don't take things personal, because all it takes is that one conversation with that one Fizbo expired or whatever it is that tells you, oh, you know what? Well, you know, maybe you can help me out. And I've gotten those phone calls too, where I'm talking to a Fizbo and I just start sharing with them so much information. They're like, well, Loida, are you available today? Maybe we can meet today or tomorrow to see how you can help me. And those are the type of people that you want to be working with. The ones that actually see the value in talking to you and actually want you to help them. Along with that, I also want to tell you guys to stay focused, stay motivated. I know if you're new, and believe me, I've been through the pain, and I know exactly how you guys feel when it's like 2, 3, 4, 5 months and you don't see anything. You're making all these phone calls, you're knocking on these doors, and you just don't see any results. You know, I get the messages from you, the comments from you, Loida, is this normal? What do I do? And yeah, it's those times that you almost start questioning yourself, like, is real estate really for me? Should I really continue? Oh my gosh, what if I suck? What if real estate is not for me? But believe me, it's all going to work out. As long as you're putting in the work, you're making those phone calls, it's all gonna come back. believe me, and I say that 100% because that's exactly what's happening to me now. You know, I've made hundreds and thousands of phone calls before, and I feel like it's now that I'm just like snowballing, like so many listings appointments and going on appointments and getting listings, and I'm like, man, I'm just excited every morning just to get on the phone, and I don't care if someone's a jerk to me on the phone or not. I move on to the next, and that's how I feel I've been able to set these appointments and go on these listings. So hopefully this video helps you guys, gives you a little bit more information, some of the things that you guys should consider. I also hope that you stay motivated after you watch this video. Believe me, it's not easy, but you have to have thick skin, and you know, you are gonna get those people that are jerks, but never take it personal. Just go on to the next one. You know, if they start telling you, oh, you guys are so annoying, blah, 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 you know, I don't even listen to those people. I just click next, because there's no reason for me to waste my time listening to someone that's not going to value my services or what I have to offer. So you just go on to the next one, and then that's all you have to do. Keep on dialing, keep on smiling, you know, and hopefully you guys start getting appointments and getting those listings. So that's it for today, guys. I know this video is going on almost 11 minutes. However, I just wanted to share with you exactly what's been going on these past few weeks. And also, again, just stay motivated, stay focused, you know, trust the process, all your hard work, it's gonna pay off. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put them in the comment section below, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. Thank you guys for all your support, and I'll see you on the next one.